quote
Unique New York. Unique New
You
York.
want to see the
vocal
swipe?
warm-ups. The quick
You want to
brown,
see the swipe?
The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog.
What?
That's a
Quick-
vocal
The
warm-up.
quick brown demi fox.
Hello, Keith Savage.
Welcome back to Ballin, everybody. Today we're doing just the trade deadline breakdown because holy shit, we're the past 3 days a whirlwind. Excuse me. We got Aaron in the house again. Everyone loved Everyone loved him last time when he was on, and he's back. He's so happy to be here.
They dragged me here. Someone please help.
So yeah,
That'll get cut out.
No, it won't.
But yeah, we're gonna just break down every deal that mattered, and that is gonna have an impact on the league going forward, the playoff picture, whatever. There was a lot of the running joke was second round picks.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I saw a thing that were 40 different second round picks that changed hands.
As an established
deadline.
NBA film writer,
Thunder
a film
missed out.
descriptor.
Yeah.
Thunder missed out. Usually second round picks is their thing.
Yeah. Apparently, 5 second round picks is the same as a first now.
Sam Presti was sleeping.
Yeah, and there were a lot of moves, a lot of big players traded, a lot of teams got better at the deadline, I think. Some teams got significantly worse. We'll get into that. The first big trade that really mattered was Kyrie Irving to the Dallas Mavericks. And this happened like a day after we recorded, I think.
Yep.
So literally a day after we were like, oh, he's probably going to get traded. He's probably going to be the biggest name traded. That was wrong.
And I mean, we
I
were
don't
all
He did
think
get
was
traded,
the
but
biggest
that was
name
wrong. But yeah, Irving to Dallas. He made his debut the other night. Ben, did you watch that?
Yeah, I watched.
What did you
a
see
little
from
bit of
that?
it. I mean, the Mavericks didn't have Luka in the first half. They were blowing out the Clippers. Clippers crawl back into that one, and it's a close victory. Kyrie, I think, finished with 24 points.
24, yeah.
So I mean, listen, a lot of people think obviously we all thought he was going to the Lakers, which maybe in the offseason that's where he ends up deciding to play out the rest of his days or team up with LeBron like everyone's been kind of hinting at. But I think right now him and Luka, when Luka's healthy, they'll be a top 5 team in the West, no doubt.
Yeah.
I think this is a big test to see how Luka handles another ball control guard.
Mhm.
And if he can play off ball more or if Kyrie's got to play off ball, I think it'll take a while to see if they can really click.
And I do like this move for Dallas because it's kind of high risk or low risk, high reward because they only have him for the rest of this season. He's basically a rental piece. They didn't give up too much to get him. They gave up Spencer Dinwiddie, Dorian Finney-Smith, and 3 picks. Only one of those was a first. I liked the move because you may as well give it a shot, right? There's a lot of good teams in the West. Go make a power move. Go see if maybe you can make things click this year. If not, it's not really a big deal. And maybe they try and extend him. Maybe they try and sign him to a bigger deal in the offseason. Probably not. Honestly, I think he probably walks after this season. But it's a good move for them because I like the ballsiness of it. Because it's not a huge risk.
Who's gonna pay Kyrie with all his off the court issues?
LA.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, there are teams that a market would
Phoenix.
emerge.
The buses.
There are teams that would emerge for him. I mean, and he's a very talented player. And I mean, listen, as much as I like to shit on Kyrie as much as the next guy, everything he's been doing for the last few weeks, he's been going off.
Mhm.
And I mean, listen, I think Brooklyn did a great job getting a return for him, especially when it was kind of like we didn't know what a return market would look like because if he's saying, I want out, you have to trade me, teams know that. And they're going to say going into it, okay, like we're not going to give you as many assets.
Yeah.
But they got Dorian Finney-Smith, right?
Yep.
They got
Dinwiddie.
They got picks. They did a good job getting a good return for Kyrie. And I think, honestly, we'll talk about more stuff with Brooklyn later after we unveil the big, splash. The big splash. But Brooklyn can still compete even though they've kind of lost their 2 superstars. They got a bunch of really nice pieces back. And I feel like these pieces, they might be not here to stay. Who is their GM? That's GM. What's his name?
Their
Marks.
owner's Josiah.
Sean Marks.
Sean Marks, yeah.
the
Thank
GM.
you. I mean, we'll see what Sean Marks does in the offseason. I wouldn't be surprised if he flips a few of these like really nice pieces for a bigger star because honestly, like they have just I can't talk. They just have a plenty full of like like pretty above average like players, but they don't have great guys on that team.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Tell me if I'm wrong, but I feel if they the Nets held out for a couple more days and waited till like the day of the trade deadline, they could have gotten a little more, maybe another first round.
Maybe
they could have gotten something more.
Maybe the flip side of that is if they hold out too long, then they might end up
losing.
Because the only issue for me, for the Nets side of this, is that they don't have any young guys. They didn't get anybody back with potential. Like Dinwiddie has hit his potential. Finney Smith has hit his potential.
Yeah.
I feel like for someone like Kyrie, you want to get someone young.
Yeah. And I thought they would get more than one first, if I'm being honest.
Agreed.
Yeah.
But I'm not. Again, this is a solid.
He's not under contract.
And it's because it's a rental.
And they got a lot more first round picks.
We'll keep it in New York State. The Knicks, same day, went out and acquired Josh Hart.
You're goddamn
they traded
right.
a first rounder, Cam Reddish, and 2 other guys to the Blazers for Hart. Aaron, you're our resident Knicks fan.
I'm so fucking happy. Josh Hart has been one of my favorite players his entire NBA career.
No way. He's done it again.
Oh, God. Let me get him. Keith Savage.
Keith's back.
We'll put a pause on this. You got something for us?
Keith Savage hot take. Here again, Savage bomb.
The Brooklyn Nets will win a playoff game this year.
I don't think you know how topical that was. That was very topical, Keith.
Is this becoming like a tradition where Keith just storms in here? And
Savage bomb.
Well, hey, he's 0 for 1 so far, so we'll have to see, right? We'll have to see.
He was right about half of it.
Kevin Durant getting traded.
Yeah, not to the Kings, though. Anyway, Hart to the Knicks. Why do you love it so much?
Loved him at Nova. He and Jalen Brunson were teammates.
Yep.
Best friends forever.
Just like me and Beckett.
But you are my best friend forever. We won't ever let that end.
Dude, he's a shooting guard that averages 8 rebounds a game. The Knicks, without Mitchell Robinson, have been struggling at rebounding. This is a perfect fit. Great off the bench piece. Add him to the rotation. I don't want to lose McBride from the rotation because he's been good, but if you add another body, you could lower the minutes for Randall and Barrett because Barrett has been struggling.
Yeah.
It's all mentality with him. You know he has the talent. He could drop 30 any day. He's been really struggling from 3. I think Josh Hart could help maybe turn something in RJ Barrett's brain and turn back on. And Randall has been he averages the most minutes in the league, I'm pretty sure. He's been doing it every year since Thibodeau's become the head coach. I feel like another person added to the rotation can help with that. And come on, Cam Reddish wanted out of here the second he dropped down in New York from Atlanta. The second he got here, he's like, fuck this place. So fuck him. And a first round pick, Josh Hart was a first round pick. It's worth it. It's worth it.
And I think he's the kind of guy who can kind of slot right into the starting lineup, or at least into the 6-man off the bench role. He's probably gonna start for you guys.
No, he won't.
Really?
I would start him over a few guys.
Who's your shooting guard right
Quinn
now?
Grimes is the best defender on the team.
Oh, you put him. Okay, that's fair.
I start Josh Hart over Quentin Grimes.
No,
I do.
No, Grimes has been really good recently.
Hart's better. Hart's so much better.
Hart's better off the bench.
You could platoon them. Could platoon him.
I don't want Grimes off the bench because we need scoring off the bench. Hart is a better scorer than Grimes. Although Grimes is averaging more points per game than Hart.
So you're solving the argument for you.
No, my argument is that Quentin Grimes is our best defender.
Yeah.
We're playing against the 76ers, he's guarding James Harden.
Yeah.
We're playing against the Pacers, he's guarding Tyrese
Respectfully,
Halliburton.
I think Hart's a better defender than Grimes.
He is not. You have not watched any Knicks games if you think
Not
that.
at all.
Quentin
think
Grimes
so?
is an elite
Not at all.
defender.
Hart's been doing it for longer, but
Quentin Grimes is a star.
If you're
defender.
asking me, who do you trust in a Game 7 to go guard a guy like James
This guy always
Harden?
says this. He always brings up the who do you trust
Quentin
in a
Grimes.
Game 7?
Because
Grimes.
aren't we trying to figure out who
Ben?
with the moment
Ben.
spotlight on?
I'm
Ben,
gonna trust the Knicks fan on this.
Ben,
What?
watch the Knicks game with me tonight. Watch Quentin Grimes lock up. Who are we playing? Oh, we're playing the 76ers. Watch him lock up James Harden.
James Harden going for 50 tonight. Call it. Anyways, let's just get out of New York.
No.
You want to keep on Hart for a
I
little
like
longer?
the trade. I like Hart. I think he's underrated.
We're winning a playoff series.
No, you're
We're advancing to the second round.
That's pretty hot.
I don't like.
We're doing it.
Everyone loves the Josh Hart trade for the Knicks. I don't like it as much as most people. I'll say that.
Really?
Yeah.
Get out.
Josh
Oh.
Hart's he's a free agent at the end of the season, so you might have just traded a first-round pick on a team that the Knicks maybe they win a playoff series. That's their ceiling. So they just gave away a first-round pick.
Question.
for half a season, under half a season of Josh Hart. They gave up Cam Reddish. Fine, he wanted to be out of there.
He hasn't played all year.
They gave up a lottery protected first.
Mm-hmm.
If the Knicks are in the lottery, which they probably won't be,
It's the Mavericks pick. It's the Mavericks pick.
it becomes it's the Knicks.
It's the Mavericks
Knicks
pick.
2023 lottery
Also,
protected.
we kept the Mavericks. Okay.
Becomes 4 second rounders if it doesn't convey. 4 second rounders for half a season to Josh Hart.
Guess what? We still have two
Uh-huh.
first rounders this year.
Yeah, and what's to say they don't extend him? At
We
the end of
had
the year?
okay, so we had
Then they gotta pay him. What type of
Pay
money?
him
is
what?
Josh-
Pay him
type,
what?
What
He's
type of
averaging-
money?
not we can afford him. It's not like we can't afford him. Why he'd want to
know.
play? He'd want to play with Jalen Brunson. If we win a playoff series, he's going to want to stay here.
You're not going to win a playoff series, though.
I
That's
think
not
he's gonna-
guaranteed. That's not even. You're,
I think
you're
he might
looking
want
at.
to go cross town to Brooklyn with his Villanova buddies.
Nah. You
doesn't
want
go
to talk about
Brooklyn.
buddies?
Brooklyn's a dumpster fire.
He's now on the same team as his best friend in college.
Jalen.
So
And let me
They
add one
traded
more.
Ryan
I don't
Arcidiacono, man.
I think this. I don't know. I like this move.
Let me add
as
one more
Aaron
thing.
Said,
Let me add
I
one
think
more
it's a
thing.
good fit.
We had 3 first rounders for this year. We gave up one of the 3. So we
Yeah.
still have 2 first round picks this season.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we now have a player who would have been better than whoever we would have gotten next year.
Yeah.
Like if we re-sign him.
I would have preferred the Knicks try and make a splash. If they're gonna
Levine.
Oh,
try
I
and buy, I would have said
Here's the thing.
3 first round
Levine.
picks.
I
Go
wanted
throw
Zach-
some in.
Yeah.
I wanted
I
Zach
agree.
Levine, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how
We'll see.
Hart fits in. I think he fits in perfectly.
Yeah.
Because we have like Brunson and Randall who like to ISO. They like to ISO and stuff. And then Hart is definitely like an off-ball scorer. He's a good hustler, defender.
I would give
rebounder.
the Blazers an A for this trade. I would give the
If-
Knicks like a B.
You know what?
No,
I
I think they're
if-
both good moves.
I think
if-
it makes sense.
I think the
if they
Blazers
can
slightly
unlock-
won it slightly, but it's a
If
good
they
trade
can
for the Knicks.
unlock, well, here's the thing: if they can unlock Cam Reddish, good for them. He has not played since September
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
Knicks,
So
so it's literally
it's
just
not-
for the Knicks.
exactly.
It's a first
The
round
Knicks
pick.
had to get rid of Reddish.
He asked several times to get out. He asked last
All
year
right.
also.
We got to move this along a little
No,
bit.
this is a show just about Josh Hart.
Not yet.
No.
Now we're gonna get into the shit show side of the trade deadline. The first 3-team deal of the deadline. Holy fuck! Lakers, Timberwolves, and Jazz all linked up. D'Angelo Russell, Malik Beasley, Jared Vanderbilt all go to L.A. Conley, Nikhil Alexander-Walker, in 3 seconds go to the Timberwolves. Jazz get Russell Westbrook, a first, and 2 guys who are not gonna play for us.
You guys mind if I start this one?
Sure, go for it.
Thank you. We'll end with you because your team did make
Yeah.
a big move here. So I honestly was talking to Beckett, and I think probably you too about this, but I honestly think the Lakers did a great job in this trade.
Agreed.
They got really good pieces. D'Angelo Russell, in my opinion, I think he's going to do more for them in what they need him to do more than what Russ was doing. Russ was great off the bench. Don't get me wrong. I think Russ might be playing slightly better than D'Lo right now, but I think D'Lo is the kind of point guard in a player style that they need to build around LeBron,
Yeah.
AD, etc. I like the other pieces they got. Malik Beasley, very good. Vanderbilt, very good. 2 younger. Well, how old is Beasley?
He's like 26.
26.
So
Okay,
yeah,
so
2
still
younger.
younger
Prime.
pieces that you can build around. Beasley's just a shooter. They've been looking for someone who can just knock down threes. I mean, jeez, they're just kind of a mess
Yeah.
there. So in my opinion, I'd give the Lakers an A for that move, or maybe an A-, something like that. I mean, I thought they made a good move, and they didn't have to give too much away. Timberwolves, me and I think Beckett were both talking about this since episode 1 that we wanted to see.
Beckett, you called this.
We wanted to see Mike Conley to the Timberwolves, which we finally get that to happen. I think he's an upgrade over D'Lo. I think he's going to help focus that offense, help rein in Anthony Edwards, because Anthony Edwards has been great, but come playoff time, you need a ball carrier and someone who's going to take care of that offense. And I'm not sure if Anthony Edwards is there yet in his career to be able to slow the game down and get buckets. That, in my opinion, I think Mike Conley can slow the game down and direct an offense better than Anthony Edwards.
That's what I think. Lakers and Timberwolves both did really well in this. They both got things
Yeah.
they need. Lakers have needed shooting.
Exactly.
They got that in Russell and Beasley, and they got defense in Vanderbilt. Timberwolves needed a ball distributor, and they needed someone who could
Got that
space
in
the floor,
Conley.
slow it down. Conley's one of the best ball distributors in the game right now.
The Jazz.
And I
the
liked
one-
it from the Timberwolves
Yeah.
perspective because they basically one for one swapped Russell and Conley.
Yeah.
Which is a great move for them, and they got a little bit of draft capital
Yep.
out of it too.
Yeah.
I don't understand why the Jazz would do this, right? I understand trading Conley, right? Because he's older. He's going to be a free agent in a year. Beasley's a free agent, I think, at the end of this season, so moving him makes sense. I don't like moving Vanderbilt. He's a younger guy I would have liked to keep,
100%.
would have liked to build around, because I think he's an all-defensive talent.
Yeah, I mean,
This
now
is where
you're
this is where I come in. A+ trade for the Lakers. A+.
A+.
Because
Absolutely.
literally,
Lakers killed
even
it.
if they only got D'Angelo Russell, they upgraded their team.
Yeah.
He fits in better than Russ. I know he's not as good of a defender, but still.
But that's
I
why they
think-
got Vanderbilt
I think
too.
D'Lo, if you convince him to be a more of a passer for LeBron and AD, he fits in perfectly. I love D'Lo. Loved him on the Lakers also, back when he was on the Lakers. Malik Beasley, like you said, they needed 3-point shooting. Great pickup for them. Great pickup. Definitely worth the first rounder or whatever.
Yeah.
The
they gave
big
up,
key for me is Jared Vanderbilt. The Lakers' defense has never been very good, and now maybe because they also got rid of Bryant,
Yeah.
you move AD to center, put Vanderbilt power forward, LeBron at small forward. That's 3 very good defenders at your big 3 positions.
Yeah. And Beasley's a solid defender in his own right too, and he can play the 3 and the 2.
Mm-hmm.
So
And you got Lonnie
versatility
Walker.
there. Walker, like I think. Listen,
The Lakers are one of the
people-
most versatile teams.
All the
in league.
people on Twitter saying the Lakers are now a championship contender. You're a little crazy. I think they got a lot.
Here's the
better
thing.
because-
Can
Here's
be.
the thing.
They can be.
Here's the
if they're
thing.
healthy.
Yes, if they're healthy and if D'Lo actually distributes the ball
Yeah.
well, and
I think they've
doesn't
already
fuck
dug.
up.
I think they've dug themselves into too big of a hole
No.
already.
and I
No,
give
but-
I
Get
give
out of
the
They can get out of it.
I give the Timberwolves a B+, maybe an A-,
Yeah.
because
That's what I-
yeah,
I agree.
because on paper D'Angelo Russell's a better player than Mike Conley. In real life, Mike Conley, for a team with how the chemistry hasn't been working out for all these so-called stars on the Timberwolves, and you need someone who will just pass the ball. Mike Conley's
Yeah.
perfect.
And
And
another
the
thing,
Jazz,
another
the
thing with
Jazz,
Conley-
this
Defense
was
is horrendous.
this is the worst possible thing for the Jazz, in my opinion, because they're gonna cut Westbrook.
Yeah, they're gonna buy
right,
him out.
right.
Buy
They're
him out.
they're- I understand that they're tanking.
Yeah.
Only getting 1 first-round pick.
And
Only
that was
getting
my issue with this too.
only getting 1 pick for 3 of your 6 best players,
Yeah.
and 2 of them are young / in their prime.
That was my issue with
bad.
this.
What are you doing?
That was my issue.
What
with
are you doing?
My main issue with this was only getting 1 because we basically traded 3 good starting caliber players for a first round pick.
And the one
One first.
the
That's-
one
that we're
argument-
not going to see for 5 years.
the one argument you could make is like, oh, they got rid of Mike Conley's contract, but then they
Contract wasn't even that
but then
bad.
they just brought in Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
So there's no
And
offset. I don't
obviously,
really know what the Jazz
The
were doing.
buyout is going to create cap
they have
space.
enough
cap
picks.
space.
You got enough picks
Yeah.
this offseason. I don't know why you needed another.
Well, and the
I would've
buyout,
kept Vanderbilt.
the buyout is going to create cap space, right? But Utah's never been a huge free agent destination, so I don't
Never
know
will
what they're
be either.
planning on
Never
using
will be.
that space for. I trust Ainge down the line. He's already done very well with 2 of the big trades he's made. I don't know why we decided to jump in on this one.
you easily could have done Beasley and Vanderbilt separately,
Yeah.
and get at least 1 first
A
for
first for
each of them.
because we got a first for Royce O'Neal. Royce fucking Neal.
yeah, and he's worse than both.
And
of
we
them.
traded 3 guys who are better than him for 1 first round pick too.
Hey, Royce
I'm
O'Neal's
not a
kinda
huge-
cooking
But
this
also,
year.
I mean,
He's
the
been
Nets
great
front
this year.
office
He's
is
been
a
great this
disaster.
year.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
the
And
key to
I-
this,
yeah.
D'Lo has been so much better the last 2
Yeah.
months.
Yeah.
I mean,
I love him.
he shot 27% from 3 in October, 33% in November. It's gone up every single month since. He shot 46% from 3 in January. Sure, his defense is horrendous, but the Lakers can fix that more than like the Timberwolves. You can't really hide D'Lo's defense.
The Lakers drafted him. They know what they're getting with him.
They'll
They
be
know
fine.
they know what they're doing with him.
Yeah.
Lakers
They
killed
just-
this
I
trade.
just didn't like the. I don't know what the Jazz motivation was.
And for
it.
people who are
We're gonna
just quickly,
Fantastic
finish up.
deal for
yeah,
LA.
quickly. For people who are saying, oh, like the Lakers, they still have so much work to do. Keep in mind, they're only 6 games out of a top 6 seed in the West right now, and we still have
6 games
almost.
is a lot of games with
It is.
30 left.
It is, but
and other
still,
teams in the West also got better.
It is,
So-
but
They're
still,
they're if they make the play in,
if they make the play, and they're
easy-
definitely getting
easy
out.
wins.
That's all I'm gonna say.
I think they can make the.
Watch
playoffs
the Kings.
now.
Watch the Kings slide in the play, and the
They're,
Lakers.
the
That
they in?
Kings are
What
not
are they in right now?
sliding that far.
Kings are in.
This
what,
isn't
third?
buzzer beaters.
Kings aren't sliding that far.
All right, moving back to the
Well-
East. Not a minor move, but a kind of a smaller move. Raptors added Jakob Poeltl for a first and Kem Birch, who has not played in like 2 years, so that doesn't really matter. This was just kind of weird because I don't think we expected the Raptors to be buyers.
I'm also not surprised.
Yeah,
I'm
like
not
this.
surprised. No, I think this was good for them because I do think all they needed was depth. They also need to get better chemistry,
Yeah.
pass the ball more. But I like it. It puts confidence in your
Mhm.
players.
I'm not saying I dislike the move. Like Podol's a good fit there. He's played in Toronto before. It was just interesting because the Raptors were not a team I thought would be in the running for buy-in because we were talking about them so much, trading Anunoby, trading Trent, maybe even trading Siakam. None of that happened. I'm not disappointed none of that happened. Maybe Trent, because he was probably going to leave in free agency, should have gotten traded. But it was just kind of interesting that this was the only move they made.
I could see them going far in the playoffs. They have the
They got to
talent.
start winning regular season games first.
Agreed.
Because on paper, they're very good.
That's what I'm saying. On paper, they're very good.
Yeah,
so I
yeah.
understand wanting to build to what you have on paper and not just tearing it down because it took years to build.
Yeah.
The
And I'm not-
Raptors,
How old is Podol? Is he like 26?
He's like, yeah, 27, 28, I think.
the Raptors and Bulls are kind of in similar situations, in my opinion.
27.
Both really high potential talent-wise, starting fives. Bench is kind of but the thing is, like, these teams just aren't getting it done. Like, they're just not winning games, and maybe that falls on coaching. But, like, at the end of the day, I think the Raptors, yeah, I like Jakob Podol. I was hoping the Celtics would get him. I think he benefits more of a team that is already kind of, like, established as a threat in the East or West, trying to make a title push.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't see the Raptors, benefiting massively from this. I don't see them, I mean, I don't know. They only, like, gave up a first-round pick, basically, at the end of the day. So it's like, I don't know.
And
I think it's a good trade for the Spurs.
I don't know what Toronto's doing.
I think it's a good trade
Yeah,
for the
I don't know
Spurs.
what Toronto's doing.
I think the Raptors just don't want to commit to the rebuild. And if you're stuck in
Yeah.
that limbo space,
Yeah, you might as well
you're
try
not
to
going to
add.
be.
I don't think they.
Because
I don't know.
I don't
how much
think they
how much
should-
is a first round pick worth for them? You know what I mean?
Could be a lot.
Depends.
Could be.
If you look where they are in the standings right now, if they sold off, I mean,
Yeah.
they could be in the running for a top 5 pick.
They could be.
Yeah.
They could be.
Yes, but
Like,
they've been
I
they've
think-
been in
ridiculous.
contention for like the last decade. So I think
Yeah.
they don't want to. They don't.
Yeah, but I'm not
The
saying
front
you have
office
to
does
do.
not wanna
I'm
just
not
give
saying
up.
you have to do a full teardown. Just trade the guys on expiring contracts.
Exactly.
You know we're gonna leave.
Exactly.
Recoup some youth. And
There's
probably
no
get
way.
them next
There's
year.
no way they afford Van Vliet, Trent. I mean, Anunoby was in a bunch of rumors. There's no way
Yeah.
they're gonna pay all these guys, all these like mid-tier wings.
Yeah.
You could get at least, I'd say, 2 first-round picks for Anunoby.
Yeah.
You could
that's what I'm
probably
saying.
get 1 or 2 picks for Trent.
Yeah.
And you know what? Yeah, of course they're not all coming next year. They're not all coming in the, they'll be down the line more. But
But that's kind of what you need.
What you do is you take those picks down the line and you trade up in
Yeah,
this year's draft and go get you someone who's a top 5 talent.
or trade for a star or something.
Exactly, or
Yeah.
trade for a star. Like, it's about acquiring
Yeah.
picks because honestly, Gary Trent, Anunoby, that team's not doing anything, and those guys are going to be gone soon. So it's like,
Alright.
make the most of the talent you have on
We're
the team. And
gonna-
get rid of
Here's what I say about the Spurs. I would have rathered a couple second rounders than
Well,
the player
they got those second rounders later.
Oh yeah.
Everybody loves second rounders.
Now we're gonna move to the biggin. The biggin that I woke up to yesterday morning and was shocked about.
Yep.
Kevin Durant is a Sun now, for 4 firsts. Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, and Jay Crowder. Crowder didn't stay there for long. We'll get to that. Holy shit!
You love to see Luka Doncic adopting another son.
Oh my goodness gracious, Phoenix.
It's
Whoever,
good. Yeah.
Ja,
I don't
you still
remember.
you still finding the rut?
Dude,
He's not fine.
I don't know. Phoenix's GM, I don't know your name. I'm sorry. I was not familiar with
Hold
your
up.
game. Oh my
James
goodness.
Jones.
James Jones, according to Beckett.
Yeah, it's
Holy-
James Jones.
Dude, I was not familiar with this guy's game. This is massive. They also got TJ Warren.
Well,
in
it's
the
right
deal, too.
after. It's right after the sale of the team was confirmed.
They also got
New
Let me
TJ
say
Warren
this.
in the
Thursday.
deal.
Let me say this. Did you see how much fun the Nets had last night?
Yeah.
Did you see how much fun the Nets had last night?
Cam Thomas is fun.
They're back to that. What was it, 2017, 2018?
Yup.
That fun Nets team. Now they're likable again. It was literally the toxicity of KD
Yeah.
and
Kyrie.
Kyrie.
Yep.
Yeah.
They still have Ben Simmons, but they're still having fun.
Yeah. And now
So-
there's a new big 3 in the desert.
You know what?
Yep.
I love Mikal Bridges. I love Cam Johnson.
love those guys,
I
yeah.
love 4
Bridges-
first-round picks.
Bridges is one of the best defenders in the league.
100%.
4 firsts is awesome for
And if
Brooklyn.
Cam Thomas is truly him,
Mm-hmm.
then now you add Mikal, Cam Johnson, I guess Ben Simmons, Claxton,
That's a good
Claxton.
starting
Still
five that
got
can make the playoffs.
Joe Harris, Seth
Yeah.
Curry. They're in a playoff spot right now.
Yeah.
They could make the playoffs. They
I
should
think
make
they
the
probably
playoffs.
still do make
I'm
the
expecting them
playoffs.
to. They won last night.
I
they
think
won
they still
last night.
can make the playoffs. I don't
They're
think
not bad.
I
They
think,
won last night
but I
without
think-
Bridges and Johnson.
right? I think they read the writing on the wall, right? And then this is not a full rebuild.
It's not.
They're not like, yes, they sold. Yes, they were in contention and they sold. That's weird. Teams don't usually do that. But they read the writing on the wall. They realized, okay, Kyrie's gone. Katie's probably gonna want out too. Let's just do a semi rebuild. We'll get some good young players in. Maybe try and squeak something out this year. If not, we got draft capital down the line. We can flip that for a star in the future, develop, or just use it on our own and develop with that. I think that honestly, the Nets are getting a lot of shit right now on Twitter and online because of obviously a big 3 falling apart. I don't think they're in a bad spot right now.
No, I think
they're now like I said, that was the most fun they had last night in freaking 4 years.
No, I agree.
And even the new guy, like Dorian Finney-Smith, was getting in on the fun too.
Yeah.
Like he was throwing down lobs and shit. He was having a ton of fun out there.
Cam
thing
Thomas
is,
got
like-
fined, but you think he cares?
No, he didn't give a shit.
like we're kind of talking about like they're gonna make the playoffs in my
Yeah.
opinion. I think they're gonna make a playoff.
How about the
I don't think
Suns
they're
side of this,
play in.
though?
We'll talk about it in a second. I have a few things to
Okay.
cover on the Nets though first. The thing is, like, if they run into obviously Boston, Milwaukee, Philadelphia, Cleveland, New York, Miami, like one of those teams, obviously they're gonna lose in the playoffs. But I think it's a smart move because it's trying it out, seeing what you can do with a bunch of above average guys, and then you say, okay, it's not going to work, but we still have all these pieces. Let's do a little more flipping.
Yeah.
And I think that's a great approach to have as a GM because, it's all about taking chances. It's like basically punching your ticket, but then getting your ticket back
Yeah.
and then
Well,
punching
like,
it again. for
Honestly,
something
the
different.
Nets right now kind of give me Pelicans 2 years ago vibes or Pelicans last year vibes. Like they're
little
not gonna get out of the first round, but if you meet them in the first round, they're gonna make your life hell.
Yeah.
Answer me this: out of all the young teams in the league, how do you look at Cam Thomas, Nick Claxton, Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson,
Ben Simmons.
Ben Simmons?
Yes.
Yeah.
That lineup has so much potential.
It does have potential.
I mean, Simmons, I'm sure will never get back to what he was
Yeah.
going to be. You
You know what?
But
I wouldn't count
Cam,
him out.
Cam
Oh,
Thomas,
count him out.
Cam Thomas has superstar potential. You know what? No, I changed my mind. Simmons, maybe without Katie and Kyrie around, maybe they'll let him breathe.
Yeah.
Nick Claxton could be the next. Who knows? Rudy Gobert, whatever. He could be the
Rudy
next.
Gobert.
Could be
Jared
the next
Allen.
star. Jared Allen, exactly who they traded.
He could be a Jared Allen type player. I personally really I love Claxton. I
Dinwiddie,
really
we forgot Dinwiddie.
yeah. I
Dinwiddie.
love Bridges.
He can be like
I
the
love-
mentor in that room.
I love
too.
Yeah.
Johnson. I mean, this is a team that's going to be entertaining to watch. If I'm a Nets fan, as much as being a toe away from the finals and stuff like that, and all like the hope that was kind of promised with this big three. Honestly, I think I'm happy now at the end of this day with the return at least you got from the KD trade. Maybe you could have gotten a little more with the Kyrie trade, but honestly, you're in a great place right now to just have fun basketball, watch competitive games, but also be in a place where it's like
They get
your
to
future
grow.
could be good.
They get to
exactly.
grow. And the only reason, with the emergence of Cam Thomas, makes me believe that the Nets can build from within the way, way back when the Warriors did it.
Exactly.
They can build from within because they have enough young potential.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And now on the Sun side of this,
We'll touch on them.
oh my
too,
goodness, they are. I don't think they needed to make this caliber move, but the fact
No,
that
they
they
did.
did
They did.
puts them, I think,
Ballsy.
already in the upper
It's
echelon
ballsy
of the
and they needed
West.
it.
If everyone stays healthy.
I'll say this though.
I
I'll say
agree,
this.
Nick. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
and
don't
they
know
also
what the
got.
Suns are doing.
They also
You
got.
don't know? What do you mean?
I don't
No,
know
no,
what
no.
they're doing.
It's a ballsy move.
Beckett, they're going for a finals run.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know they are.
Yeah, and they also got T.J. Warren in the package, which is a
Which-
good veteran
yeah.
addition. He
Can I just
come off the bench and
apologize?
Score a
Can I
lot.
just
Go ahead.
issue an
Yeah.
apology because last week on the show, obviously, I said,
Thunder gonna fall off.
well, hey, man, I didn't know that they were going to go get Kevin Durant. To be fair, I mean, listen, I owe them an apology. Honestly, between them, the Nuggets, maybe the Mavs, maybe the Clippers, it's kind of looking like a four-person race for the West right now. And if as a Kings fan,
You're leaving the Grizzlies out
I said,
completely?
yeah, I am. Because guess what, Ja? You're not fighting the West. You're not ready for that.
You know what
if
I
they run
see?
into KD and the Suns,
I
they're
100%
losing.
You know what I
They
see?
don't really have
You
anyone
know what I
angry.
see?
Yeah.
I see that last sentence. You know what I see? I see catastrophe.
For the Suns?
KD and the Suns. Wasn't
could
it
happen.
supposed to be Devin Booker and the Suns? You think Devin Booker and
Yeah.
Kevin Durant could be able to play well together? Do you think
I
that
do.
really?
I do.
I do.
You do?
I do.
There's a.
I don't think so.
I need to
I
see
think
them-
Booker wants to be the man.
I need
No.
to see them
No, he
play
doesn't.
together
No, he
first
doesn't.
before I can make that call.
D-Book
I'm gonna be
is
honest.
passive enough to
'Cause,
work
like-
with
All right,
another
we'll
team.
Because
see.
like Book
We'll
has
see. We
Book-
also thought
Book
that
has
Nets
never
year-
really needed to be with another scoring caliber star like
Also-
like, Paul's a star,
Yeah.
but he's not like
No, Paul's
Nick-
Ballin is
but
a
Nick-
star.
Devin Booker's not a winner according to this guy.
I think Kevin Durant can win. I think he
He-
can.
Mm,
Not as much
he
as
got
some other
carried
guys.
to a ring.
He
yeah,
did get carried to a
I don't
ring.
know. It's a good. I like the move for the Suns.
I would
because
go as
Look,
far as
look,
saying
I'm
Kevin
not
Durant's
saying-
not a winner.
I'm not saying
Bro.
I'm not saying it's a bad move. Of course, now the
I can
Suns
hear that
are
argument.
amazing on paper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But will this pan out? There are a lot of superstar duos that happened over the last few years
Yeah.
that did not pan out because of the toxicity, and everyone wants.
And
to
you
be
can
there.
look at Kevin Durant for one of those.
That's what I'm saying.
I
He
think-
brings
yeah.
toxicity
Yeah.
to wherever
Yeah.
he goes.
Well, I think we can all agree that the Suns right now, we all have high expectations for them. So if they don't go to the Western Conference Finals, they don't go to the finals, they're not actively competing for a ring, we're very disappointed
Yeah.
in them.
I just think that they obviously you have to include Mikal Bridges, but losing Cam Johnson and 4 first-round picks too.
That's big.
I mean, you could have got 4 first-round picks for Mikal Bridges.
Yeah. Well.
Yes. A report came out that
maybe 2 or 3.
Another team offered them 4 first-round picks.
Okay.
For Mikal Bridges.
Who?
They didn't say. I think it was Chris Haynes or Woj. One of them reported it.
All right.
Yeah.
Mikal Bridges.
He's very good.
He's really good.
He is
really
a depoy caliber player.
No, he is
solid on offense. I love Cam Johnson.
I mean, he's averaging 17 points.
What's Cam Johnson averaging?
14 points.
Yeah, I mean
that's Kevin Durant.
That's Kevin Durant.
That's Kevin Durant.
And then it's defense when you add them together as good as Kevin Durant.
We'll keep it with Brooklyn, because they the next day made a 3-teamer, sending Jay Crowder, who they just got to the Bucks, for a couple seconds, and then the Pacers got
a couple seconds.
Yeah, well, 'cause
5 of them things.
5.
It wasn't 5.
things.
It wasn't 5 because 3 of those ended up going to the Indiana Pacers.
Yeah,
the Pacers also got George Hill, Serge Ibaka, who's going to get bought out, and Jordan Nwora, who I really like. I really like Jordan Nwora. This was a trade. We don't have to talk
It
about
was
it too
a
much.
trade. That's for
Jordan
sure.
Nwora?
Definitely
Yeah.
was.
You're a Jordan Nwora fan?
I like Jordan Nwora. He's solid.
All right. Louisville.
You don't like Julius Randle, but you like Jordan Nwora, huh?
Julius Randle's fine.
Love Julius
I
Randle.
like him.
Yeah.
This was a 3. So that trade happened. Yeah, Bucks got a good power forward who can shoot and score the ball.
Pacers just have old heads now.
Pacers got some cap space that they're going to clear because they're probably going to buy out both Hill and Ibaka.
They just want the picks.
And then
They want the picks,
they wanted the picks, and Jordan Nwora is a good young piece. And the Nets got involved because Jay Crowder didn't want to play with them. All right.
Good move for the Bucks. Good move for the Bucks.
Yeah,
for the Bucks.
this is a 3-teamer that I think actually is like a little bit bigger. Blazers got Matisse Thybulle. Sixers get Jalen McDaniels in a couple seconds. I don't know why the Hornets did this, but they got Svai Mikhailuk. Shvi, that's how you say his name? Shvi Mikhailuk, and 2 second-round picks.
Yeah.
I don't know why the fuck the Hornets
Great
traded Jalen
trade
McDaniels.
for the Philadelphia 76ers.
Awesome trade for the Sixers.
Nailed it.
Trade.
And
Really
I liked
nailed
it.
this.
I liked it for the Blazers too because they didn't give up too much to get Matisse Thybulle.
I saw
He's a
that
great
trade. I saw that trade as a Celtics fan, and I thought,
Damn.
Jalen McDaniels is exactly what the Celtics are missing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know
I
why
agree.
the Hornets did this and didn't ask for like
More picks. Yeah.
either more seconds or a first.
They couldn't get a first for McDaniels, but they could probably get a second.
And I don't know why they would part ways with one of their better young players. Like PJ Washington, if they flipped him, I would understand that. Jalen McDaniels is
PJ Washington's
young,
better than Jalen McDaniels.
but
He is
McDaniels
better
is
than
younger and has
McDaniels.
more potential.
Yeah, but they have
So
they
it's weird.
have those positions.
I'm gonna be very real. I didn't like the Hornets deadline. It was just no.
Yeah, they could have gotten a lot more picks.
Yeah. Your Boston Celtics also made a
Mike.
move. They got veteran Mike Muscala from the Thunder for Justin Jackson in 2 seconds.
Didn't even know you had Justin Jackson.
I didn't either until the trade.
One of the worst players. Me and Beckett were talking about one of just the
Yeah.
worst players I think we've ever.
So
seen
basically,
the Celtics.
Man,
Like,
he was
last
good in
decade.
college though. He was so good
He
in
was
college.
I mean, at UNC, that guy was an animal.
Yeah.
He was
So
an animal.
what do you guys like about? Do you guys like getting Muscala? Does it not really matter?
It's
that
big
much?
depth. He can shoot a little.
Yeah.
It's an okay move for me. I mean, I hope we get someone who gets bought out.
Mhm.
Like, I mean, me and
They
Beckett were
probably
talking about
will.
like a Terrence Ross.
Will Barton's probably a big
Will
one, too.
Barton. Like, there's some guys we have our eyes on.
Those
So
are my top two
I think they'll
buyouts
make
for
a move.
Celtics.
Yeah.
I think they'll
Um,
add somebody. They have to.
Another kind of
But-
semi-minor move.
Yeah.
Nuggets picked up Thomas Bryant from the Lakers.
Love this.
It's a
I love
great
this
move.
for Denver.
For-
This is- yeah, this
3 seconds and a guy named Davon Reed, who I've never heard of.
Went to DePaul.
Davon Reed.
Classic.
Yeah.
That's a classic.
Yeah, Tom. So they clear out their big man room a little bit.
Yeah.
And your Nuggets
Why,
get a
though?
good backup
They-
center.
He's
Well,
a
here's
lot
the
better
thing.
than JaVale McGee. Like, they've improved.
Yeah, or DeAndre
they have,
Jordan.
Good
but when we get to their move later, I question that.
Fair enough.
I agree, Aaron.
You question?
This one,
another
yes,
Nuggets
I question
move.
this
Yeah.
one.
No.
Oh yeah, I
this-
question that move a
Yeah,
lot.
this one I
The
question.
Nuggets move or
I thought
the
you were talking about something different.
the second Lakers move.
Bones.
No, the
Nuggets,
second
Bones.
Yeah.
Nuggets.
This one.
Second Nuggets move was very weird. Bones Highland to the Clippers for 2
Yeah,
second
what happened
rounders.
here? Do
They
you think he
had-
wanted out?
Yes, he had
Okay.
fallen out of the rotation,
Okay.
so they needed to move him.
Yeah.
But for 2 second-round picks, I thought you could get 1 first.
I
Yeah.
don't know if he's
Bones
that
Highland might
good.
be the single
Bones Highland.
worst defender in the league.
Bones Highland
Really?
to me.
entire league. He's
to
so
me-
play
bad.
defense.
To me, Bones Highland
But I
is
love
a
him.
Walmart Jordan Clarkson, essentially.
That's not a bad comparison.
I
mean,
feel like
like-
Clarkson plays defense.
I feel like he's a little.
He's not a
closer
great
to
defender.
Quickly,
Clarkson's not a great defender.
but like
What?
Quick-
No,
Quickly
Quickly's
plays
a
better
really
defense.
good defender.
No, that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Offensively, I'm saying like he kind of gives me
Oh.
like
Yeah.
Quickly
But
vibes.
This
Quickly
move
plays
is just-
Bones is a better offensive player
Yeah.
than Quickly, but
And I
Quickly
thought-
just wipes him on.
but I
defense.
did think the Clippers.
Quickly's
would-
a good offensive
I
player.
did think the Clippers would like give up a player or
Yeah.
something in it, or at least more like 3 seconds maybe. I
The
don't know.
Nuggets just
Nuggets didn't
the
need a
value-
player back.
Bones
Nuggets
wasn't
didn't
gonna
need a
play.
player back.
Bones
It
wasn't
was
gonna
just
play
kind
in
of
the
weird.
playoffs.
It was the whole deadline was kind of weird seeing the fluctuating value of a second round pick. And like,
It's Griffin Cass.
yo, word.
Oh.
He's chilling.
So yeah, that move's a little funky. I'm gonna skip over this Hawks Rockets trade. It was Holiday and Kaminsky to the Hawks for Matthews and Fernando. No one cares about that
Whoa.
Um,
Bruno Fernando.
because the Rockets are gonna buy both those guys out.
Celtics
anyway, so it
legend
doesn't
Bruno
matter.
Fernando.
This 3-team trade was probably my favorite of the day.
This was a good one.
Sadiq Bey to the Hawks. 3-teamer between the Hawks, Pistons, Warriors.
Yup, this is a great
Sadiq Bey to the
trade.
Hawks. James Wiseman to the Pistons. Kevin Knox and 5 second-round picks to the Warriors.
Which ended up turning out to be Gary Payton Jr.
And then they
so-
took those 5 and flipped them to the
the second.
Blazers for Gary Payton II, who was with them last year. It was just a whole shit show. But I
Not-
love
here's
I
the
like
thing.
it for every team.
Here's the
every
thing.
Team. Makes sense.
I don't love it for the Hawks. They need defense. Sadiq Bey does not play defense.
But I think they get a good caliber scorer who they can go out.
They do.
And then you pair him with Young and Murray. That's a great offensive trio.
Yeah, but I would have liked it better if they went a little
And
defensive.
that's what I
instead.
was surprised that this was their only move. I thought they
Yeah.
would go out and make something else happen.
Like they would have been good to get like
Yeah.
Jakob Poeltl or something.
Yeah, that would have been a good
But I
move
mean,
for them.
honestly, they have
bigs.
guys like John Collins,
Yeah.
Onyeka Okongwu,
Capella.
Okongwu,
Clint
yeah.
Capella.
Clint Capella. They have good.
Yeah.
They have some
But their
decent
their
like,
perimeter defense
defense
is weak,
guys.
and that's their
Yeah,
biggest
it's the
weakness.
perimeter defense.
Outside of Murray.
DeAndre Hunter is a good defender.
Yeah,
He
that's
is.
He is.
Wiseman,
think
I
they're gonna be
do
okay.
love Wiseman to the Pistons.
This is a good move
That's
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that.
for the Pistons.
I
They
do
got
like that.
they got him and Marvin Bagley, the two
Yeah.
guys who's supposed to be superstars.
Yeah.
Number 2
And
overall
then you
picks.
can
Yeah.
I don't know how they play him with Jalen Duren in there, but
I don't even know if they play him this year. Like they might send him to the G League, you know?
Wiseman to the G League or
Yeah,
Duren?
Wiseman. No,
Nah,
Duren's a stud.
I
Yeah.
might even be tempted to give Wiseman NBA minutes just to see what
Yeah.
he's got and see.
I-
You know
yeah.
what? You're
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
You're done.
Just
No, they should.
throw him out there as a body, see what he can do.
They should, but yeah, like where? Because
Maybe
Isaiah
the 4?
Stewart's
I
still
don't know.
there.
Nah, but you wouldn't.
He's not a 4. He's a
They
5.
have a logjam at big man now.
Mm.
But I do like the move of just trying to acquire young dudes you can try and
No, yeah, I totally get that.
Well, Wiseman's the kind of guy who, like, if he's placed in a situation where it's like he's given a little bit of leeway and given good minutes, like he could blossom into something. I mean, I don't think he's gonna blossom into what we kind of expected him to draft night like a few years ago, but still, like, he still has the tools to be a potential like
Yeah,
decent
I
player
think so.
in the NBA. So
Yeah.
it'll be interesting to see if they can figure that out.
We'll move on to this 3-team trade. This was a thing. Rockets, Clippers, and Grizzlies all linked up and sent Eric Gordon 3 seconds and a pick swap.
Back to
Actually, wait,
Clippers,
no,
right?
sorry, this is wrong. Yeah, Eric Gordon goes to the Clippers. 3 seconds go to
They
the
sent him
Clippers.
back to the Clippers, right? He was a Clipper.
Luke
Well,
Kennard.
right? Or am I tripping?
No,
Luke
I don't.
Kennard's a stud.
I don't remember.
Who?
Luke
What?
Kennard.
Eric
Goes,
Kennard
Gordon,
is
wasn't he
a
a Clipper?
stud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They sent him home.
Luke Kennard goes to the Grizzlies. The Rockets get John Wall, Danny Green, and a
That's
pick
hilarious.
swap.
That's hilarious.
Rip John Wall. He does
John Wall's
not
gonna-
want to be on that.
John Wall's
They're
gonna get
cutting
bought out.
Hopefully.
Danny Green's probably gonna get bought out
Yeah.
too. So they really just did this to maybe get a first rounder if they
There's
want.
that great.
Yeah, they get picks
Yeah.
for Eric Gordon, which is what I
Yeah.
assumed they were going to
Yeah,
do.
I don't. And then the Grizzlies
love
got
this
some
trade
shooting
for the
help.
Grizzlies.
Luke Kennard's
Luke
a good
Kennard's
pickup.
such a good shooter.
Exactly. Yeah.
He's been bad this year though.
He has.
But that's
great.
they
Really
get. They
bad.
got him for really cheap. Like
Yeah.
I think one of the seconds in here is one they tossed in. So
Yeah.
they basically cashed in a guy that's probably never gonna play for them in the future for a shooter that they can play now. And they gave up Danny Green, who's inconsistent and
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
old.
Old.
We gotta get
I
moving
did
here,
play
though.
basketball in high school with his brother.
Pretty solid. Another weird move. Lakers sending Mo Bamba, Magic sending Mo Bamba to the Lakers.
like
for
this trade
Patrick
for the Lakers.
Beverly in a
I
second.
like
Love
this
this
a
trade
lot
for
for
the
the
Lakers.
Lakers.
For the Lakers,
I like,
I like
this
it.
a lot.
Patrick Beverly's gonna get bought out. It's
Obviously,
not. Yeah, he's gonna get bought out. Pelicans also
He's
made
a
a
great
move.
fit in Minnesota.
They also made a move. They got Josh
Mm.
Richardson, who I really like, for Devontae Graham, who's a solid shooter. He's been bad this year, but in the past he's been a solid shooter. He might get bought out. And 4 second rounders.
Way too much for
He's
Josh.
definitely
4
definitely
second
getting.
rounders.
No, he what's the name? Graham's definitely getting bought out, and
Yeah.
4 second rounds for Josh Richardson. I think it's because Pelicans wanted to shed Graham's contract. That's why they gave
Yeah.
up so many picks.
Exactly. And I think Richardson has some team control there too. So
Mhm.
and like that's why Gary Payton, who's the next guy we're gonna talk about, that's why they gave up 5 picks for him because he has
He's
like,
worth it 100%.
he has
Yeah, he's
3 or
good.
4
Yeah.
years of team control.
Yep.
And he's
And
worth
they
it
love
from
him
a
there.
defensive
They love him
Because
there.
they didn't pay him in the offseason. He went to Portland. They said, all right, we missed this guy. Let's just get him back.
Yeah.
They can pay his contract now.
Yeah.
It's a great.
And then the last trade of the day, Darius Baisley went from the Thunder to the Suns for Dario Saric and a second.
It's an interesting move.
It's
I
a
like
good move for
Baisley.
He's
Phoenix.
solid. He's solid.
Baisley's
Yeah.
he's young. He's
Mhm.
He's a solid. I think he's solid on both sides of the ball.
I haven't learned from KD. Yet.
Saric
And
will get bought out.
shed Saric's
Yeah.
bad contract.
Yeah.
And he gets bought out. Thunder get a pick. Everyone wins. And that was pretty
Except
much
Sarge.
yeah, except
Yeah.
Saric. And that was kind of it for the deadline. There's obviously going to be guys on buyout watch. We look at who got traded. Wall is probably one. Green is one. Russell Westbrook's a big one.
There's gonna be a
I
lot
thought
of guys getting bought out.
I thought a couple guys were gonna get traded. Like, what happened with Derrick Rose? I thought we were gonna get rid of him.
There were a lot of guys in rumors that just
He could get bought
didn't
out
get traded.
potentially.
I don't want to buy him out.
Yeah.
I wanted to trade him.
They might buy him out.
Yeah, there was
I mean,
a lot
we're
of
not
guys
paying him much.
like Kyle
he's there to
Lowry
mentor.
too.
Mm.
Kyle
Derrick Rose
Lowry
there to
too was
mentor.
another old guy who there was a lot of talk that he was gonna get swapped and then he just didn't.
Yeah,
I don't know if the Heat buy him out. Probably not.
I'm guessing
honestly,
they won't.
They probably won't.
I mean, he's still solid.
Yeah, like he's.
I was
still
expecting
solid.
Jason Tatum to be moved. To be honest.
Were you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Celtics are just gonna sell off everybody.
All
Yeah.
right.
Tatum to the Spurs confirmed.
Yeah.
I mean, that pretty much puts the bow on our trade deadline episode. You guys are lucky because you're getting a double hitter today. We're about to
Bang.
talk about that whole week. Beckett, you want to give him a little statistic? A little trade deadline statistic? Or are we saving that for the?
Oh, I mean, we could. Here, I got
Josh
it.
Hart
I'll
is
go
better
with-
than Kevin
I'll go
Durant.
with trade deadline statistic off rip, but let's see. Trade deadline statistic. Every single team in the league made a move except for the Chicago Bulls
Yep.
and the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Okay.
There we go.
There we go.
We will see you next episode.